信号あるでしょ。
大きな
仏壇上、あれ国際通りだから、あれ右行くんですよ。そう雷門の通りが分かりますから、それを越した先あたりに池袋ロックじゃない。
普段の浅草一丁目ってあるじゃないですか。
いや、あっちの方行かないんですよ。だから要するにそれ渡って右へずっと行っていただければ、ありますから。
で、多分それ6って言ってると思うんですけど、公園6その通り手前に乗りたいんですけど。
いや、
6が始発なんですか。
いやいや、そうじゃなくて、雷門の通りありますよね。それの突き当たりのちょっと先のとこが乗り場になってますから。
そこから出るんですか。そこから手前はないんですか。
それないです。
わかりました。
ね、今日は
歩行者天国になってます。
だからそういうわけで。
but on the far there is rainy ground, right? So the schemes that will lead to that will be chosen, with this probability. It should be T should be like a order one branch, so it should be more like some obstacle branch. So it should be really as far as one, so that each point is just interacting with some finite neighborhood of points. That's the diluted version of the FT model. And in this model, the coordinates plus and minus 1, they do play a role. In this Hamiltonian it's not invariant and Fourier transformations, it's not enough to describe the distributions of overlaps, but it turns out that in the physics, the Paredes condition is really the basis of some more complicated picture that describes this model. Basically what happens is, first you need to have this automatic tree structure that describes how all the distances between the points behave. And once you have that, then they have another layer, another kind of complicated order parameter, which will tell you how the distribution of all individual coordinates behave. You need this, to compute the range. And there's also a conjecture explicit formula for the free energy. So in particular, if you can prove, this analog of the Pareto solution with this additional level of difficulty, you will get the explicit formula for the free energy. And just like in the SK model, from that formula you have all read-off phase transitions because it's built into the formula. If you figure out how to analyze it, this will tell you whether you have phase transitions and so on. So this is a type of model where, until the result that I described, you couldn't really even start working on that because you need to have this supermetric free structure for the distances before you can say anything else. And the fact that this result is very soft, you have this perturbation that gives you this supermetric free structure automatically, now you can start thinking about all these additional parts of the picture. Okay. And the final thing I want to say, I kind of on purpose did not mention any names in my talk because you took the printout, it already has all the references, so if you want to know, all the credit, whom all the credit is. Thank you, Richard. And I'd like to thank the organizers for inviting me to speak. It's a pleasure to be back at Harvard, where I did my postdoctoral work. Thank you everyone for waking up so early on a Saturday, especially Richard. It's also kind of rough for me as well. So the two talks I want to give are tied together by subject of total positivity. The real matrix is something negative and every minor is negative. The real matrix is something positive and every minor is positive. So this example of this two-line matrix is not something negative and not something positive. So all the entities are positive, but the determinant of the matrix is negative. So this two-line matrix is totally positive. To check that, well, it's pretty clear that every entry is positive. We also have to check all 9 2x2 minors. Okay, I can do that. And then we also have to check the determinant. And it turns out that also there's 9 plus 9 plus 1, 19 conditions to check according to the definition. And all positive, so this matrix is something positive. So this notion was first intensively studied in the 1930s, I believe, by Mathematiker and Krein and by Schoenberg. So I won't discuss the motivations because they're quite different to mine. After that was the Wigner-Whitty theorem. I believe Whitty did work with Schoenberg. Which is a theorem about the totally non-negative part of GLN. So we restrict ourselves to square non-singular entities and we consider those that are totally non-negative. And the theorem says that the totally non-negative part of GLN is a standard group generated by some specific generators. So that these generators are diagonal matrices. So I'll give an example for n equals 4. Diagonal matrices where the diagonal entries are positive. And also these matrices x I of A and y of A have one non-identity entry just above the diagonal or just below the diagonal. And the entries have to be negative. So the fact that GLN are totally non-negative part is a semi-group. This follows from the Cauchy-Denet theorem, which tells you the formula for the minors of the product of two matrices in terms of minors of the original matrices. And this Wigner-Whitty theorem gives the semi-group generators for this subset of GLN. One way you might think about it is that with totally positive matrices, you can row reduce. You can row reduce your matrix just using these adjacent row reduction operations. So you don't need to jump over rows. You always sort of add the I rows to the I first or the other way around. You don't have to go I to I two. So I'm going to introduce a notation which will be in touch for most of the talk. I'm going to let G be a complex triple algebraic group connected. Let D and D minus be opposite Borels. U and U minus be the uniform subgroups. T to be the torus, and I to be the vertex set of the Finger diagram. So this notation is not familiar for you. You can just think about the type A case, which is the case G is equal to SLN. Then the Borel subgroups are the subgroups of upper triangle matrices and lower triangle matrices. The uniform subgroups are upper triangle matrices with ones on the diagonal and lower triangle matrices with ones on the diagonal. And the torus is the diagonal matrices. So for SLN, this finite set I is identified with the set of integers 1 to n minus 1. And also there's analog of these generators xi and yi for intersetting. I'm also going to assume that I made all these choices so it's compatible with the real structure. So you can think that I started with a split real form and made these choices and then complexified. Okay, so around I believe between 15 and 20 years ago, Lustig turned the Wigner-Whitty theorem around and used it as a definition. So the Wigner-Whitty theorem says that the totally non-negative part of the group GLN is the semi-group generated by some specific generators. And there's a natural analog of these generators for the setting that I just had in the last slide. And Lustig suggested to define the totally non-negative part of any split real group, split real reductive group by using an analogous definition. So I won't go through carefully what this secret zero is, so it'll be familiar with those familiar with the notation. So the Wigner-Whitty theorem gives semi-group generators for this sub-semi-group of GLN. So a natural question would be, if you've got generators, maybe we should ask for the relations. And the first interesting relation you see is this one, and it sort of motivates most of the talk. So take x1 of t, which is this generator, and x2 of t, which is this generator, depending on the parameter t. And multiply them together in this way. So do x1 something, x2 something, x1 something. And you notice that you can rewrite it also in terms of x2 something times x1 times something times x2 something. So these matrices, x1 of t, they're upper triangular, and the upper triangular matrices in the 3x3 case is three-dimensional. So it's sort of reasonable that this x1a, x2b, x1c is a three-dimensional subset, and so does x2 of something, x1 of something, x2 of something. And you ask for what's the transformation in the parameters which relate the two. So it turns out that I think it's a little bit surprising, but I think actually Lustig was the first to study this transformation, even though it's very bad. It's just a calculation with 3 by 3 matrices. The one thing that you notice about it is that the transformation is given by a rational function, so it's given by this rational transformation AGC goes to these 3 rational functions, and these rational functions have no minus signs. And this is compatible with the theory of total positivity, because in total non-negativity, you're supposed to put a non-negative or positive parameter A, positive parameter B, and this way you start with 3 positive parameters. On the right-hand side, you get 3 positive parameters. So you can just think of this as a transformation of 3 parameters in C star to 3 parameters in C star, and it turns out to be a birational transformation. So the inverse is actually the same map. And these kind of transformations have actually inspired a lot of work in areas close to line. In particular, these sort of positive birational transformations come up in the theory of cluster algebras, and perhaps supposed to relate Poisson-Barbroff coordinates for high Euler spaces, where you make some choice to get a coordinate system, if you make a different choice, and get another coordinate system, the coordinates are related by a subtraction-free birational transformation. And probably this Poisson-Barbroff work is the most striking example of naturally occurring such coordinate systems. So I'm not going to talk about the first two. Actually, I'm just going to talk about work of Bernstein and Kashdan on geometric crystals. So one thing you can do with subtraction-free birational transformations, if you're given such a formula, is you can tropicalize it formally by converting any plus sign you see to minimum, any multiplication to plus, and any division to minus. And this gives a map, and how to convert this birational map into a piecewise linear map. And I think of this map as a map from a lattice to another lattice. It's convenient to think of, sometimes it's convenient to think of this lattice D cube as the lattice of characters of this torus. So here the rational function dc over a plus c, and b times d is replaced by d plus c. You divide by a plus c, so you subtract minimum of a comma c. In fact, this map also has the property that it sends positive vectors in because the non-negative ordinate to the non-negative ordinate. So what Lustig noticed is that this transformation occurred in parameterization of canonical bases. So I won't discuss them in this talk, I'll say a little bit about them in the second talk. And it led to an industry of trying to lift interesting piecewise linear formulas to morphisms, birational morphisms. Okay, so I'd like to talk about one work of this lecture, which is Bernstein and Kashdan's geometric crystals. So I'd like to start with the combinatorial part of the story first, which is Cassio-Lowry's crystal graph. So these are combinatorial models for finite dimensional irreducible representations of a semi-simple complex Lie algebra. So we can take out Lie algebra just to be the Lie algebra of the group G. How Lie lambda denotes this, the finite dimensional irreducible with highest grade lambda. So lambda is a parameter, and if you're not familiar with the highest grade theory, you can think of lambda as just an integer vector lying in some column. So lambda is just some kind of integer vector satisfying some piecewise linear conditions. And G lambda will denote Cassio-Lowry's crystal graph. And here's an example. So I won't give the definition, but here's an example of just a picture of a crystal graph. This crystal graph corresponds to the adjoint representation of SL3. So SL3 is the Lie algebra of 3 by 3 traceless matrices, and that's 8-dimensional, and we're looking at it acting on itself by brackets. So this picture first is a graph with 8 vertices, and each vertex is supposed to be identified with a vector in this representation, so that you get a basis of the representation. So I've conveniently drawn the vertices of my crystal graph in terms of tableau. In this case, there's a tableau with the first row has 2 boxes, the second row has 1 box, and the condition is that it's filled with numbers 1, 2, and 3, such that the rows are weakly increasing when read from left to right, and strictly increasing when read from top to bottom. So there are 8 such objects, and part of the structure of the crystal graph is it's got some tangents which are colored by the Dickin diagram of the set I, which encodes to some extent the action of the Chevalier generators of SL3 in this representation. So I won't actually talk much about these edges. Most of the time I'll be mainly concerned with this weight function. So this is a function from the vertex, from the vertice to vectors. So each vector is a weight vector and comes with an integer vector. So each vertex in this crystal graph comes with an integer vector, which is its weight. And possibly the most important combinatorial invariant of finite dimensional representation of a simple Lie algebra is character, which is you can think of it either as a trace of some element acting in this representation, or you can think of it as a formal sum. So I prefer to think of it as a formal sum. And one way to write it, if we had this data, is that it's the sum over vertices in this graph of the formal exponential x to the weight. And in this picture, you can read out the weight by counting the number of 1s, 2s, and 3s. So the weight of this tableau here is 1, 2, 0, which corresponds to the monomial, this monomial. So it's x1 to the 1, this is 1, 1, x2 squared, x3 to 0. So there's one of these pictures for each finite dimensional irreducible representation. Okay, so just to say a little bit about where this discussion comes from. So Cassio-Lowry came up with this discussion by studying representations of the quantum group, sort of a pure analog of the Lie algebra, and then he took the limit in quarter crystallization, took the limit as q goes to 0. So I won't talk about this description, I'll just talk about a different construction used by Bernstein and Kashdan, which starts with a geometric crystal and topicalizes it. As far as I know, there's no known way to go directly from the quantum construction to this birational construction. So what's a geometric crystal? So geometric crystal is a complex irreducible variety with some additional structure. And I won't need more of this structure. So it's a complex variety, and the structure that I'll need will be one rational function from the variety to the torus called the weight function. This is not the same as the weight function of the crystal graph. And one rational function from the variety to complex numbers called the decoration, and in a different context it's called the superpotential. And then there's some other data, some rational actions and some other rational functions with a lot of compatibility. But there's no hope to write down all the actions in this lesson, so I'm not going to try to do that. Instead, I'm going to give the definition of one particular geometric crystal. So just I'm going to pick some additional data. So first, I pick a representative of the longest element in the Weil group. If you don't know what that means, it basically means a matrix which corresponds to kind of a longest permutation, so the anti-diagonal matrix. And I'm also going to fix a non-degenerate character of the unipotent. So I won't say exactly what non-degenerate means, but the example to keep in mind is for SLN, we can take chi of an upper triangular matrix of one of the diagonals to just the sum of the entries just above the diagonal. So when you multiply two upper triangular matrices, then these quantities will add. Okay. So the definition of the geometric crystal with highest weight T, where T is an element of the torus, is the following gadget, which is kind of a weird video, a little bit weird. So these are lower triangular matrices which happen to factorize in this particular way. So when you factorize it in this particular way, you see W naught U, you will find some torus element to be here, and you can fix that torus element is this torus element is adequate. So this is some subset of lower triangular matrices. And to play with this, you need to do something else. And it comes with this additional data in geometric crystal. And so one of the pieces of data is a map to the torus. And in this case, if you put a lower triangular matrix, you get a map to the torus by just remembering the diagonal entries. So just to get the strictly lower triangular path. That's what the map to the diagonal matrix is. And then there's a function, a rational function on this set. And it's defined by take your lower triangular matrix, factorize it in this kind of weird way. And you see U1 and U2 here, and you just apply the chosen non-degenerate character, and then to both of these things and add the answer. So that's some function on x of t. Okay, so let me do an example of trying to calculate these functions in explicit coordinates. So I'm going to use this kind of product that I already had earlier. I discussed when I talked about this low number theorem. So if I multiply this one x to a, x1 dx to a t, then I'll get this matrix. And generically, a generic upper triangular matrix with one of the diagonals can be written in this form. This gives a directional parametrization of the uniform subgroup. And let's see this torus element, and W4 of W0 is this particular matrix. So once you've chosen, so we just say D and C, and then we get this upper triangular matrix. We also have T, which is fixed, W0, which is fixed. So I know this matrix. Now the problem is to take the product of these three matrices and find another upper triangular matrix to make a lower triangular. And it turns out that there's a unique way to do this. So you just compute this product of these three matrices, and you ask what upper triangular matrix you multiply on the right to make a lower triangular. And it turns out that this is what you have to take as the upper triangular matrix on the right, and this is what you get as the lower triangular matrix. So the x of t is terrified by triples of numbers A, B, and C, and I'm not going to worry about like the sum denominators, because all the formulae will be just rational formulae. So x of t is terrified by three numbers, and the matrix looks like this. So when you're given A, B, and C, so t is fixed and W0 is fixed. Okay, then you can read off that gamma, the function is just the diagonal entry, just this diagonal matrix, and the declaration is this function. So how do I get